What's up guys, it's Tommy here and welcome to a brand new Liverpool transfer news video where we will talk about Luis Suarez. But first I want to say justice for the 96th, gone but never forgotten. Today we remember the 96 Liverpool fans who sadly tragically lost their lives at the Hillsborough disaster in 1989. So you will never walk alone, and may their souls rest in peace. And I'm also my condolences to everyone affected by this tragedy, all the Liverpool fans, their extended family and friends, and everybody around the world who was affected by this tragedy one way or the other. So the Express newspaper and Spanish newspapers are reporting that Liverpool view Luis Suarez as the ideal signing this summer, and Liverpool are interested in Luis Suarez and they see him as the ideal replacement for Sadio Mane or Roberto Firmino. According to reports, Suarez has been linked with a sensational return to Anfield following a fine first season at Atletico Madrid. Luis Suarez scored 19 goals in just 26 La Liga matches, and Atletico Madrid are still leading the La Liga table, but Real Madrid and Barcelona are very close behind in second and third place. So let me know guys, do you want Liverpool to bring Luis Suarez back? I would absolutely love him to come back to Liverpool and play 1 or 2 seasons with us and hopefully win the Premier League title. You know that older strikers can still do it in the Premier League. Zlatan Ibrahimovic and Edinson Cavani are two prime examples that they did very well at Manchester United. And why not? Liverpool could bring back Luis Suarez, who just turned 34 years old in January, but he has shown no signs of slowing down this season. Suarez scored 82 goals in 133 appearances for Liverpool in 3.5 years, but he never managed to win a major trophy. He never won the Premier League or the Champions League with Liverpool. So I think this could be his homecoming triumph. Hopefully Liverpool will be contending for the Premier League title. And you know, Luis Suarez for 30-40 minutes at the end of the games and against maybe smaller sides where you don't have to run a lot, because the smaller sides, when they play Liverpool, they usually sit back and hit us on the counter-attack. So Luis Suarez could be ideal, because what Liverpool have been lacking this season is a true number 9 finisher. It was evident by Real Madrid, the Real Madrid game at Anfield, that Liverpool have been lacking a striker who can put the ball in the back of the net regularly. Because Liverpool, from their last 8 or 9 games, we had 7 games which we didn't score in. The only game that we scored in was Aston Villa and also Manchester City and against Man City at Anfield. We scored a penalty, and we had 7 other games at Anfield where we have 0 goals scored. And that is unacceptable, and I think Liverpool have to rectify that in the summer one way or the other. So let me know, what would be your solution if you were in charge of Liverpool? How would you rectify that? Would you bring in a younger striker, or would you bring in a seasoned professional like Luis Suarez and try to just give him 1 or 2 seasons and to help Liverpool score more goals, especially at home? And Mohamed Salah also has been linked with a move to Barcelona and Real Madrid many times, and Deportes Cuatro, a Spanish news outlet, claims that the uncertainty over Mohamed Salah's future has led to Liverpool reigniting their interest in Luis Suarez. The report says that Liverpool sees Suarez as a perfect replacement for one of the front three, and if Salah was to leave Liverpool, then Suarez would be the perfect replacement as well for him. According to this newspaper, I don't want Salah to leave. Not this summer, not next summer, not at least for the next 3 years. But Luis Suarez seems like he's happy at Atletico Madrid, but I'm sure that he has unfinished business at Liverpool, so he would jump at the chance to join us. And you know what's telling and why Luis Suarez would love to come back to Liverpool? After Jurgen Klopp's Liverpool won the title last season, season, this is what Luis Suarez said. "It's a pleasure for me to speak with you and the Liverpool fans," Suarez told the official Liverpool website. "I'm so excited as well because I played for a few years at Liverpool and I have so many friends there. For me, this is amazing, for the supporters, for the players, and for the so many people working inside Liverpool FC. So many people work there, and for the last 30 years they didn't know how it felt for Liverpool to win the Premier League. They have a really good chance to enjoy this time, and I think they are so happy and they are excited for the moment that Jordan Henderson gets the trophy. I think they needed this moment for the Liverpool supporters, for the football club, for the people, for the Scouts people. I am so happy for them. And I think Suarez replacing Salah is almost like that it has close to zero chance. But Suarez replacing Bobby Firmino, now there is an argument for that, because Bobby Firmino is on a massive goal drought. Yes, I know that he scored a goal on the weekend against Aston Villa, which was disallowed, but if you just look at his numbers, he scored like 2 or 3 goals for the past like 4 or 5 months, and that is not good enough for a number 9, for a striker at Liverpool. And I'm sure that with the many chances that Liverpool create, Luis Suarez would score a lot more goals. And yes, Liverpool need a new forward, and a clinical one, to ensure that the forward line continues to evolve and to produce high numbers, an area that Jurgen Klopp is set to be very keen on addressing this summer. I'm almost certain that Liverpool will buy a striker in the summer. And according to Chris Bascombe in the Telegraph, Liverpool need to invest in the squad this summer. He thinks that 1 or 2 star names are required, much like how Alisson and Fabinho changed Liverpool in 2018 and made Liverpool from top 4 contenders to title contenders. This is what Chris Bascombe said. "There is an idea within Liverpool FC, one which Jurgen Klopp supports, that normal service will resume on and off the pitch when the centre-backs and the supporters return. Given the scale of the downturn over the past 9 months, that sounds optimistic. Changes of personnel can only be minimal if the additions are of immense stature and quality." So the 2 key signings, the 2 star players of last summer, Diogo Alcantara and Diogo Jota, were omitted from Jurgen Klopp's starting lineup against Real Madrid, and that was telling. Even though Jota's potential is unquestionable, whatever Thiago and Jota's qualities, if they are not considered guaranteed starters for a Champions League quarter-final, then Liverpool must step up their search to find those who will enhance next year's Premier League title challenge. Otherwise, Jurgen Klopp will have little option but to keep asking the same players to produce incredible performances week in, week out. And this Liverpool side, it's almost guaranteed needs refreshing. It needs 1 or 2 star additions, 1 or 2 really big signings, and I'm really looking forward to and excited to find out who will Liverpool sign. So I think it's almost certain that we will sign Ozan Kabak. It's just for £18 million. It is a no-brainer. Also, Ibrahima Konate is very close to joining Liverpool, but we probably will need to sell maybe Shaqiri, Divock Origi, Oxlade-Chamberlain, players like that. I heard that Naby Keita is considering being considered to be sold. I would give Naby Keita 1 more season, but you know, Shaqiri, Origi can go, maybe Oxlade-Chamberlain as well. And with that money, Liverpool could really sign Konate and other players as well. And it's so weird because Liverpool had an injury crisis at the defense, and it has actually been the goal scoring that has been the problem. Roberto Firmino once scored 27 goals in a season. Now it's safe to say that won't happen again. Sadio Mane, after scoring 20-25 goals regularly, now he's on 12 goals for this season, and most of them came in the first 3 months of the season. So it's actually goals and not the defense that has actually been the biggest issue for Liverpool this season. So we are in the middle of April, and since the end of January, Sadio Mane scored just 2 goals in something like 15 games or something like that. And the same record for Bobby Firmino since the end of January is 0 goals. Bobby Firmino scored against Tottenham and scored against Crystal Palace, but since Crystal Palace, so actually this calendar year, Bobby Firmino has just 1 goal, that goal against Tottenham, and that's it. No other goals, and that's really worrying, I think. And according to some German reports, Liverpool will inform Schalke if they have any intention of exercising Ozan Kabak's £18 million option to buy clause by May. They said, according to their information, Schalke will be certain how things are going with Kabak by the end of May at the latest. Until that point, Liverpool will have time to decide whether they want to take Kabak permanently or send him back to Schalke. If it's the latter, then the German side will have to find a buyer elsewhere, and his price will be freely negotiable. And I think £18 million for Ozan Kabak is a bargain, so Liverpool should definitely sign him. And I think Michael Owen has been very unfairly singling out Mo Salah for criticism over his finishing, because he's the only player who should be allowed some leeway this season, because Salah is on like 28 goals this season, something like that. And he's the player who is carrying this Liverpool team on his back. But Michael Owen still criticized Mo Salah. He said, there are so many good chances in the first half, but I can't help but think that the first one of them from Mo Salah, the difficulty level of that is not that high at all. Mo Salah has taken 3 or 4 touches to get the ball out of his feet. Don't get me wrong, he played well today. I thought he looked sharp. Liverpool looked sharp all the way. But those tiny little differences in the 18-yard box made all the difference. And Liverpool just didn't finish their chances. And it has been a familiar tale. Because as I said, Liverpool haven't scored in 7 out of the last 9 home games, and we also won 1 out of those 9. We drew the other 3 and lost 6, I think. And also, in 10 games we won 1, we drew 3 and lost 6. That is a shocking record at home by Liverpool. And the sad reality is, whenever Mo Salah isn't scoring, Liverpool really struggle. And they really struggle to find any goals in the game, which was sadly demonstrated yesterday again. And as a consequence, criticism is never far away, though it seems rather unfair to just heap it on Mo Salah when he has been, as you know, the most scoring the most goals. He scored probably more goals than Mane and Firmino combined. But it couldn't be clearer that Liverpool need reinforcements in the forward area, in the attacking department, including the front 3. But I think Salah has to stay at Liverpool. If Salah leaves Liverpool in the summer, then Liverpool are done. We are not winning another Premier League title for the foreseeable future unless we replace Salah with somebody like Mbappe or Haaland. And oh my goodness, I just read this statistic which puts it into perspective how much Liverpool struggled in front of goal recently. Liverpool have had 139 shots at Anfield this year, so since January the 1st, 2021, and Liverpool scored just 3 times from that 139 shots. One of them was a penalty against Man City, the other 2 goals came against Aston Villa, and in all the other games we didn't score 1 single goal, which is absolutely shocking and really terrible. One of the worst runs at Anfield in Liverpool's history, I'm sure. And I absolutely love the Jurgen Klopp's post-match press conference after the Real Madrid game. He said that we want what we earn, not like Man City. If we don't earn it 100%, then we respect the situation that we don't get it. How I said tonight, if we scored an earlier goal, this game would have been a completely different one. I think everybody knows that, but it's hypothetical. We didn't score. It has now no impact on the Premier League, apart from that we don't play midweeks, at least internationally. I'm pretty sure Premier League plays midweeks, if I'm right. So we can concentrate and focus on the Premier League, what we will and what we have to do. But it's tough just because we are still not in the hot seat, I would say, and we face Leeds United on Monday, so that's a tough one. What can I say? They are the leaders in all physical stats in the Premier League pretty much, so you better run a lot yourself. We have a few days until then, and we will use that, and then we will make sure we are ready for Leeds. And Jurgen Klopp said that tonight this game against Real Madrid has nothing to do with confidence. I would say I'm naturally confident, but that doesn't mean we will end up in the Champions League next season. We just can read the table, we know the points, we know the situation, stuff like this. We know who we play, and we don't have to talk too much about it. I said now what we think about it, and yes, we want and we have to qualify for the Champions League. But if we want that, we should play really good football, what we did tonight. But if we want to go through, then we should finish those situations off on top of that, because that is very helpful as well. I think we are not in a bad moment. We played pretty well even when it was a late winner against Aston Villa. We played a good game against them. We played a really good against Arsenal. Yes, we didn't play well against Real Madrid in the first leg, but in the other games we were not bad. Tonight a good game. We just have to keep going. We really have to keep going. We have to keep fighting. We want to be in the Champions League next year, but in the moment we still have to pick up more points than a lot of other teams. And he was asked who does he think will win the Champions League, and he said who wins the Champions League, and honestly could not care less. Who will win the final, I think they will deserve it. Those are 4 incredibly strong teams in, so congratulations already to whoever wins the Champions League. Jurgen Klopp also said, I think we controlled the 3 midfielders from Real Madrid much better than in the first leg. That means when you let them play, then they are pretty much unplayable, but if you defend them well, like we did tonight, then they have their problems as well, because they are human beings. We learned a lot from the first game, how to do it differently. We used that tonight, and it could have been enough, but it wasn't, because we didn't score. And I think Jurgen Klopp is really frustrated by that, because Liverpool had more than enough chances to knock Real Madrid out. James Milner also said, I thought the performance was good, the intensity and the desire was good. We won the ball back, we pressed pretty well, but you can't not take the chances we had tonight. We had more than enough chances to do what we need to do, and we needed to do, and we didn't take them, and that was the difference, unfortunately. The positive is that we are creating the chances, especially against a team like Real Madrid. The reaction we showed after the first leg, we have done enough tonight to go through, but and yes, we were the better team, but it wasn't to be, and we have to go again and bounce back in the Premier League and secure Champions League football, and that's the verdict from Jurgen Klopp and James Milner as well. Thanks for watching, guys. I hope that you enjoyed this video. Have a nice day. See you later. Good night.